small quiz which you need not consider for Atal at all, just to make myself known in what level of understanding they are, so that it will be easy for me to proceed. So that's the reason I'm asking, sir.
Okay, ma'am, proceed. No
Okay.
problem.
Thank you, sir.
quiz போடுறேன் நாம.
Um, could the good morning participants. I think you all are teachers. I just want to welcome you all for this fifth day session. And here I have a small quiz which I have prepared in Mentimeter. You need to log in to menti.com. Could you just log into menti.com? Shall I type that in the chat box? Menti.com. You please do this so that it will be easy for us to analyze in which level you are, so, and I will be able to proceed with that background. And this quiz, without names, it will be just code. Yeah, I'll just share the code also. Three nine 52736. 3952736. People have joined already. Few have joined. Have you all been introduced with Mentimeter earlier in any of the sessions, teachers? You can just unmute yourself and talk, right? Sir, are they given permission to talk, sir? Or they cannot unmute?
Yes, ma'am. The provision is there.
Okay. If you are able to unmute, or sir, have they been introduced with Mentimeter earlier, sir? In
Uh,
any of the sessions?
no, ma'am. This series
This,
they are
okay,
not
sir.
using the same.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Um, Please make use of this code 3952736. I think the screen is visible for you all. Is the screen visible, sir?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Visible.
Yes. Um, I request all the teachers to make use of this code, which I have highlighted here, 3952736. So it will be a very simple question to make myself known how in what level of understanding you are with AR and VR. So it's only a five questions are there in this quiz. Few of them have said yes. So I think in any one of the session you would have got Mentimeter being introduced, I guess, or else in some other platform or some other location you would have done this Mentimeter. Only 18 have joined. Shall we start this quiz, or people are still joining? Okay, I think few are not interested in joining Nantrela. I will start this quiz. Teachers, you can just let me know whether it is okay to start now, or shall we wait for the rest of the people to join? Because
Yes,
only
ma'am.
20
We will start.
have joined.
Okay.
Well, okay, I will start the quiz then. I think you'll be able to see the questions. So only 20 seconds are given. You need to answer it quickly. This question is all about whether it is an augmented reality or virtual reality or mixed reality that is being shown in this. You have to click any one. Okay. So, few of them have answered as augmented reality, and few others have answered the other parts. Okay. Just to make myself understand that there is a need for introduction for AR and VR. Okay, the next question is appearing. If you want to upscale your content and interact with your audience in a smart way, so your content is already existing, and if you want to upscale that and interact with the audience in a smart way, what do you use? That's a question. Okay. So we will come back to the answer explanations after answering all the 5 questions. I'll go to the next question now. If you want to completely escape from your office and avoid being interrupted by your annoying coworkers, what will you make use of? If you want to completely escape from your office and avoid being interrupted. Yes. Okay. I'll go to the next question. What is the device that the person is wearing? Smart glasses, heads up display, or head mount display? So it's a head mount display, it's not the smart glasses. Okay. Come back. So there is a video that is now given for you, and from this video we have to understand and tell whether this is virtual reality, augmented reality, or mixed reality that is being shown here. So I'll play the video now. Think the video is getting late to be played there. I'll just show you that video here itself, which I have showed in my, which I have stored. The similar video I have it here. I'll just show you here. Are you able to see the screen which I am showing here, sir?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What is the screen that you are able to see, sir?
Uh,
GoPro அந்த மொபைல் அது தெரியுதா சார்?
The bank screen and the same.
font ரொம்ப ஸ்மால் ஃபாண்டா இருக்கு.
What is the one that you are, sir? எது சார் தெரியுது உங்களுக்கு? I think the screen that you are seeing is a blank screen, right? Black color தெரியுது இல்லையாங்க சார்?
It's buffering.
Yes, sir. Okay, அது ஏதோ buffer ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. I'll just I'll just show you the question first, and so what was the video shown? So the video is the one which I need to share, I guess. So this alone, we can just consider this with, you can just type any option. Okay, you all have typed some option, that is okay. And we will go with the video that is being shown now. And I'll, 1 second. Stop presenting. I'll go with another video that is there available. Are you able to see this video? This was the one I was trying to show you. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yes.
with the hand we can just move around, and you are taken inside this particular location where you are, so you are able to get the feel of where you are. And it could be moved around to any particular direction, and you'll be able to realize that you are into that and you are traversing into that. So that's the part that I wanted you to show, and that is okay. The poll is all about not or the quiz that I showed you was not to analyze for the Atal certification, just to go with some way of analyzing ourselves where we stand. That's all. So now let us go with the next session. That is, the leaderboard is also here. The leaderboard shows who has answered the question correctly. Okay. So the top person is Banu Madam. Okay, congratulations, Banu Madam. Without knowing the final question itself, you have started answering. I'm sorry for that, but somehow you have got the top mark, and maybe the other questions you have answered it correctly with your understanding. Congratulations, Madam. And for all others, I regret for not having the video in a faster mode. Okay, we will go with the questions and analyze now. There are many people who have answered the questions wrongly. We will just check what is correct. So the video that I showed you was purely the virtual reality. The reason is, if we have been taken into the sea or the ocean where the person is on the boat, and we are able to move around all the 360 degrees, and I think the screen is seen for you, sir. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you can see.
Yeah, yes.
So virtual reality tick mark பண்ண அந்த Mentimeter screen தானே it is shown for you?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So hopefully you'll be now able to understand that it is only the virtual reality, because augmented reality is all about the real the real world object is there, and also the additionally you can have some digital objects being kept or being included along with the real world objects. So there is no such video that was shown there. Here in that video, what was shown was you were taken into a new world where the new world may be the realistic world where you will be able to go with all 360 degrees, and you are able to realize everything, or it could be something like a fantasy world in which you are able to see some reality things in that. So it is a fantasy part, but you are able to be into that situation. So that is what is said to be as a virtual reality. And that particular video was taken from YouTube. You have a channel called as virtual reality channel, and from that channel this video was taken. You all can enjoy that. So virtual reality YouTube channel is there. We can always go to that, and we can enjoy in whichever place you are interested in viewing. We can just go to that and see the videos. If we are lucky enough to have that place, whichever you are interested in seeing or going to, you can just watch that video and enjoy. So the previous question, okay, so the same such video was kept here for the quiz. It was a shark where the shark was able to dive, and all the 360-degree view was shown with that shark. So I did not have that video being downloaded in the mission, so I showed the other video, which was also the virtual reality video. So the question that was asked in the quiz was for virtual reality, and whichever I showed was also virtual reality. And this question, the person was wearing the head mount display, and it was not smart glasses. Smart glasses will be very much similar to that of the glass that you wear, and the head mount display was the one And could anyone tell for what purpose we go with the head mount display, whether for virtual reality, augmented reality, or augmented reality? You can even give your answers in the chat box.
Ma'am, augmented reality most probably. Like we
Um,
have the real environment and we simulate something with graphics and all.
okay, but I asked you the question, sir, about what was the, sorry, what was um, the person was, I showed you a person who was wearing
Yeah, yeah,
some
ma'am. I
glass,
saw
right?
that picture. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So it was a head mount display, and that head mount display, for which particular technology you use that head mount display?
That is what
Do
that is
you?
virtual reality.
Yeah,
But
that is
wearing
virtual
that
reality,
glass,
sir.
we
That
can
is,
simulate our body parts, isn't it?
yeah, that is virtual reality, sir. That is not
Yeah.
augmented reality. For augmented reality, you can just go with smart glasses and
Okay, ma'am.
smartphones
Okay,
or
ma'am.
tablets with which you'll be able to just bring the virtual object, or bring the real world object and the digital object all together. So
Okay,
it
ma'am.
is
Okay.
not it is not the augmented reality. It is a virtual reality that was shown for you. Okay. So virtual reality where the person was wearing the head mount display in that. So this is the interesting question where we always used to have some hectic times in our office, and if you want to make the person to make the person in the office to just be misguided that you are in some other situation or so, you can just make use of virtual reality and keep some virtual reality based backgrounds, and you can make them just it is not only the background that we set for the presentation sake. So for the presentation sake, we all would have made use of the virtual background, or we always used to have some beautiful backgrounds for the presentation. So that was not the thing that I'm telling. You can even make a very beautiful this virtual display, and make the third person think that you are in that location, because the virtual reality is all about making people be in that situation. So you can yourself be kept in, or you yourself be moving. You can just make people to think that you are in some other situation. So that's the way in which you can just get escape from the office, which is not officially, this is not accepted, but then just for make to make everyone understand that this is what is virtual reality, I am giving that question. And if you want to upscale your content and interact with your audience in a very smart way, so what is that you make use of? So already some content is there, and you want to interact with the audience in a much more smarter way. So you want to add some digital object along with that, and you want to interact with them. So something like if you you would have made use of that smart filter, something like that, where you will be able to add some digital object like an artificial or the fake nose and fake ears or so, and you'll be able to interact with some audience in a much more smarter and funnier way, along with the real, or along with the reality, that whatever you have, you can just upscale the content, add some new content to that, and you can just interact with the person in a much more smarter way. So that is what is augmented reality. So people whoever haven't understood this question, you can just now, I think you will be able to understand. We'll be seeing much more examples where it could be applied. At that time, you will be surely able to understand. So what is shown in the image? So what was the image that was shown for you? Could anyone recollect and tell what was the image that was shown for you? I think this was the image where the um, there was a seashore, and a mobile was there kept, and it was not only showing the seashore along with the waves, it was also showing some other objects like balls and all other things that were projected. And with that, we will be able to understand that augmented reality gets a mix up of the real entity and also the digital entity together. So that is augmented reality. Many of you have answered that correctly. So thank you all for participating in this quiz. We'll just move to our presentation now, and with that you'll be able to much more have a better clarity, I guess. To bring up to the someone has pinged up in the this chat box, virtual reality to bring up to bring us to the different environment. Yes, ma'am. Nitya ma'am, you are correct. You will be taken to a different environment in virtual reality. So it may be the see whatever environment we saw there in the video. A person was diving in the, or he was just doing some surfing in the water. But what was shown, you were able to see all the 360 degree of that surfing part. So that was the beautiful thing, and you were yourself taken to that environment. You had an experience that you are now moving to the left side. You had an experience that when the finger was moved to the right side, you had an experience that that person is now taken, that the person who is surfing in the water, he was now taken to the right hand side, and that is how you realized that particular video that I showed you. So that was a beautiful part of virtual reality. Okay. So now I'll stop this quiz and I'll go to the presentation part. Hopefully you had some understanding of the quiz, understanding from the quiz. If you have any doubts, you can just raise me now, ma'am. Teachers, you can raise me now if you have any doubts. Is this presentation viewable, teachers?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, sir. I think I can stop the video being taken because okay. I'll go with this presentation now. Okay. So now we will see the different applications of augmented reality and virtual reality and how it is getting linked with machine learning. So the reason why I have taken this machine learning is augmented reality and virtual reality do not stand on its own. Rather, if you just mix up the machine learning, or if you have some artificial intelligence knowledge being added to that, then that also will be giving a very beautiful augmented reality and the virtual reality based application. So we'll take up some few examples and we'll see that part. That's the intention of this presentation. So here, um, we all would have come across the word artificial intelligence, which is all about having some set of data and doing some predictions or doing some clustering part. And there, the system analyzes and it gives some output that a particular image or in future what may happen after few years or so, based upon the domain in which you are working, what is the future it could predict, and it could give us what could happen in the real next forthcoming future part. So that part, if it is only with the mission, we are not able to just accept sometimes whatever is happening. So if it is being projected, if the data is only static, we are not able to understand the prediction. So how it is correct or not, we are not able to understand that in a much more better way. With some results that the system gives for the near future prediction. So what we can do is we can just project the data with some augmented and virtual reality manner. So that is what is to be as a visualization. We can visualize the data. The projection, in a sense, we can just visualize the data, and from the visualization we will be able to understand that this is how it is being made use of, or how the projected result is all, whether it is correct or not, that judgment from the system and that we have developed, and also from our intuition, we will be able to understand in a much more better way. So all these three, when they are combined together, then it is said to be as an incredible power. Hopefully, I am clear. So you need to combine the data prediction from the artificial intelligence system that you have developed. Along with that, if you are able to visualize the data that you have used for this prediction, you will be able to get the result from the system, and also your intuition may be one and the same. You will be understand the output in a much more better way. So that is the incredible power of combining all these three forces. And this is the very beautiful way of applying VR along with machine learning. So let me go to the next slide. So AI succeeds with, what are the three parts with which AI succeeds? It has data, it has algorithm, and we need to process the data with the algorithms that we have. So you will be knowing about supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and the reinforcement learning. So supervised learning is all about having a labeled set of data. For example, a picture of an apple is being given, and it has been given the label as it is apple. So that is what is said to be as the supervised learning. And if you want to predict the price of a particular house or so, then it is said to be as a regression part, where you'll be able to predict the price of a particular building or a particular area or plot or so, with some historic data. With the learning of some historic data, it will be able to predict. So that is what is said to be as a regression, dealing only with the numerics. And the next part is classification. So if you have the labeled set of data, you can just go with the training and the testing part, and you can just train the machine with the labeled set of data that you have. For example, 1,000 different types of apples you have, and you will be able to test with green apple, red apple, and any other type of apple could be given. Or if an orange is being given, it should be classifying that it is not an apple. So that tag should be given for that orange. So that is how we go with the supervised learning. And similarly, you have unsupervised learning, where you do not have the labeled set of data at all. And in that case, so similar objects are all grouped together. So if it is a yellow and long fruit that is there shown for you, then it is surely not the apple, and orange, so it should be a banana. So similar such long fruits that are all being shown together are all grouped together. And so such groupings are all shown as a single, because they have similar properties. With that property, we can tell that these objects are all belonging to the same group or so. So such a thing, such a way of applying the algorithm and clustering similar objects together is said to be as clustering. And this goes with unlabeled data set that you have. And reinforcement learning is similar to that of where in the younger age we started learning riding the bicycle. So we had some hitches of falling down and learning from our mistakes. Similarly, the system also, if it does some mistakes, so it will be punished, and it will be asked to learn the previous data again and again. Or else it could just append the new data, whatever it is being trained for, and it will be rewarded for the correct way of analyzing the mistakes and overcoming it. So that is what is said to be as a reinforcement learning. So we, in the younger age, we used to have seen many people, and after some certain years, we will be able to recognize and tell that I have seen this person somewhere. So that is what is said to be as a reinforcement learning. So though you come across many people, though you come across many different days of not using bicycle at all, you know how you have learned it, and you know that there is some part of memory that is there available always in your mind, and with that you will be able to just pick up from that moment, and you will be able to traverse in that line at any moment. So that is what is said to be as a reinforcement learning. So all these are very well possible with NVIDIA or any other cloud platform, because processing all these cannot be done with only the data and the algorithm with the CPU. It has to be working with some GPU or any other cloud platform, because there will be some large set of data set with which we are going to work with. So that is the problem. So we go with some processing technologies like all these. And machine learning,
Hello,
you
ma'am.
have, yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Your slide is, we are viewing your first screen.
Okay. Oh, you are not. Sorry, ma'am.
Uh, oh, no issues.
You could have told me much more earlier also. Sorry. Uh, so you are not able to view this presentation. Okay.
Yes, no
I'll
problem.
just stop this presentation and I will go with 1 second, madam.
No problem, ma'am. You continue from here itself. No problem. We can able to understand.
Okay. 1 second. One second, madam. I'm just trying to sort out the problem. Um, are you now able to see, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
What is the part that you are able to see there?
Virtual reality.
Yeah. Now I have given the presentation mode now.
Yes, ma'am. We are seeing the screen virtual reality.
Okay. Now when I have now moved to the previous screen, previous slide. Are you able to see the previous slide?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No.
Machine
Ma'am,
learning
it's not in the
advancement.
present. No, it's not in the presentation mode.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the
Now you
screen
are
is machine
now
learning advancements.
okay.
Uh,
So if I go with the presentation mode, you are not able to see, I guess.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
Um, I don't know what is the problem. What should I do? Could anyone assist me, teachers? Or else I
Ma'am,
will
you just
go with
click that.
this.
No, ma'am. You just try to that presentation mode. You click that uh, the third icon, which is in the status bar, bottom screen.
Yeah, okay.
In
Bottom
bottom
screen in the
screen,
sense you are talking about,
in
yeah, you are
PowerPoint, the
presenting
bottom
on
screen, there is the
PowerPoint.
presentation.
Ma'am,
Their presentation mode is there.
custom slideshow ன்னு இருக்கு அதுவா ma'am?
ஒரு நிமிஷம்
Are
இருங்க
you
மேம்.
asking?
ஸ்லைட் ஷோனே இருக்கு பாருங்க.
Yes, ma'am, I
பாட்டம்ல
have clicked
ஸ்டேட்டஸ்
that.
பார்ல அதை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. அதை கிளிக் பண்ணா உங்களுக்கு பிரசன்டேஷன் மோட் வரும் இல்லைங்களா?
Yes, ma'am, I have done that only, but then I don't know why you are not able to see. Now, are you able to see machine learning advancements, ma'am?
எஸ் மேம் எஸ்.
I don't know why it is not going to the next slide. Why you are not being taken there? I am not able to understand.
இப்போ பிரசன்டேஷன் மோட்ல இல்ல இல்லைங்களா? நார்மல் மோட்ல இருக்கிறதுனால நம்ம டபுள் கிளிக் பண்ணீங்கன்னா தான் உங்க நேவிகேஷன்ல இருந்து இங்க வரும். இல்லைன்னா வராது. நீங்க பிரசன்டேஷன் மோட்ல வந்துட்டு சிங்கிள் கிளிக் பண்ணீங்கன்னாவே உங்களுக்கு நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைட் போயிடும்.
Okay.
ஓகே
So
மேம். நோ இஷ்யூஸ். யூ
now,
கேன் ஏபிள் டு
now
see
what?
now.
Now what is the screen that you are able to see, ma'am?
Now we are in normal mode screen, I think so.
Okay. You are in the normal mode screen.
Yeah. No problem, ma'am. We will continue like this.
Okay. Till this, I have discussed. So I have discussed till this part of AI succeeds with all these part I have discussed. Now we will be going with machine learning advancements. Are you all able to see the screen? Machine learning
Yes, yes,
advancements.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am. So I am not going to go with the presentation mode, because if I go with the presentation mode, you are not able to move to the your. I think the presentation is not in a way that you are taken to the next slide. somehow it is reflecting here for me and not for you. So I don't know what is the problem. I'll
No,
just go.
continue.
Okay, I'll be in this pace itself. Okay. Um, so machine learning advancements, we can think about. We are nowadays applying all the machine learning the machine learning applications in whichever domain we are applying. The concept of machine learning are all very different. And if you want to apply for AR, VR, and MR, I don't know whether you have been introduced with the word MR. Will be coming across that word also. So if you want to apply for multiple platforms and multiple domains, then you need to have interoperability. So to be much more interoperable, you need to go with this Open Neural Network Exchange. So that is the platform which makes us to. This is the open standard for machine learning. So which makes us to have the machine learning in a much more interoperable way. So this standard has to be made use of. And apart from that, you have automated machine learning also being available. So in we have come across the word machine learning. So what is meant by automated machine learning? So everything is getting automated. Which particular algorithm should be made use of for this particular problem to be solved? All these things are automatically recognized, or automatically it is being the system understands and picks some algorithm and it does that job. And also it does the labeling part automatically. For the set of data that we have, if the labels are not available, then we just try to apply some algorithm and try to find out the labels. So here what it does is the system automatically picks up some algorithm which will be suitable for the problem, and it fixes the label for the set of data that you have, new set of data that you are coming up with. So that is what is it as an automated ML, where these things are very much helpful in augmented and virtual reality situations. We will come across that too. So in earlier, that is even now, when we go with the customer service for some mobile, we will be asked to go with pressing of 1, 2, and so on. Then only we will be taken to the customer service. So there is a new platform called as Cupid, and what it does is, in Tamil, the meaning of the word Cupid is we are trying to call. So if you are trying to call the customer service, what it does is it is not asking the customer to do some operation in the mobile. Rather, the system itself quickly tries to analyze the problem for what the particular person has called for, and it quickly tries to send the mail and message to the customer, and it does the job. So we are not asked to press 5 till many numbers will be pressed, and at the end we'll be having a person on the other end, and he'll be answering all our doubts also. So such a thing is not now available with the Cupid platform. The system does. If we just give some voice message also, the system rectifies us, or it sends the rectification message through mail or the message to the call, message to the phone. So this is the way it quickly and effortlessly it identifies the error and tries to solve for us. And now the next part is a virtual reality. So virtual reality, as we saw in the example, the quiz example, it is the computer generated graphical representation. So we always have taught graphics to the students. So what is graphics? There is some object that we have drawn, and we are trying to move the object to and fro, or we are trying to make the object jump, and some graphics we could do for the particular object. So this is all about the computer. Virtual reality is all about the computer generated graphical representations of the real or the fantasy world. So there we saw there is a real world entity that we saw. A person is surfing on the ocean, and what happened? We were taken to all 360 degrees. So that is the graphics that the system has generated for us. So here the system, when I always tell the system has generated, it is not the system is going to code on its own. We write the code for it, and for the users of your application you have developed, it makes us understand, and it gives a view that the system itself is giving the graphics for us. And we develop the code, but we can see in many games, films, and advertisements all about this virtual reality. And there is a beautiful difference between the 3D cinema that we always see. So we always used to go to some 3D cinema, and we always used to watch the cinema all together with hundreds of people sitting on the same cinema theater. What happens, whatever is being projected for us, we will be able to see in a 3D world. So that is what is the 3D cinema is all about. And even when you turn to the left, the person in the left alone is being seen there. There is person sitting in the left, maybe your family member is sitting on the left, and you are not able to see the 360-degree view there. And that is the very beautiful difference. But then in the virtual reality, the display is exactly differing. When the person is moving to the left, he is taken to that particular viewpoint, and the object there is being projected for him in a 3D manner. So that is the beautiful difference between the virtual reality and the 3D cinema that we always see. It's an immersive, engaging, and interactive experience that the user always gets there. So you are being immersed into that particular environment. And we always make use of Oculus Rift headset that is made use of. So this is similar to that of the headset that is being made use of there. And virtual reality or VR, are you all able to see this slide, teachers? So I have, can anyone?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
So the pink color slide I'm showing you.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, teachers, because I was a little bit afraid whether I am going in a different mode when you are all left alone. So thank you. So virtual reality or VR is a wholly immersive experience that allows the users to interact with a new virtual world there. And augmented reality or AR, it allows the people to add the digital elements into their actual environment. So we will see much more better explanation and examples. So here, I'm talking about the augmented reality here in this slide. So what is this? It is the new technology. It augments somebody's real field of view with artificial or the digital content. So you have the real field of view that is there available, and along with that, you augment that particular real field of view with some artificial and or the digital content. For example, there could be a greenery that is there available. In that greenery, you can just make a Pokemon Go to be placed in that greenery, and that Pokemon Go also should be able to be very much aligned, and it should be seamlessly moving around in that particular environment. So it should not be moving in a way that it is much more different from that particular environment. So it should be very seamless to see that this is the digital image or the digital object that is being placed on it. So it could easily move around in that particular environment. So that is what is the augmented reality. That's the power of the augmented reality. And not only Pokemon Go, it could be something like a Mickey Mouse or the Minnie Mouse that is being added on the top of the real world entity. And that is what we are planning to discuss today. And sorry, you have a lot of, there are many, sorry teachers, there are a lot of advanced AR applications that are there available, and very interestingly, you can, it places the digital object into the user's field of view. For example, when you have some artificial nose or the artificial eyes and ears that are being kept for the smart chat filters, in that case, what it does, when the user's face is first of all taken with the front end camera, the system captures the user's face with the front end camera, and it attaches the this particular artificial nose and ears on the top of that particular user's face, and whenever the user turns around, that artificial or the fake image also moves around, and it is going to be anchored along with the real object. So the real object moves to the left side, the artificial object also moves to the left side, and there is it works in a way that it is also the real object. So that is how it works. So it anchors the digital content on the top of the real object. So that is the power of augmented reality. So AR versus VR. In AR, only a partial user's view is taken by the digital content. So as I told you, the artificial nose or the ears alone is a digital content, but the real object is also there. The face is also there. So only a partial user's view is taken with the digital content in AR, but in VR, 100% digital content could be kept. But in the example that that is the person is taken to the digital world of surfing in the net, and he has been given the experience of surfing in the net, and he feels that he is in the middle of the sea somehow. So that is the way he feels. There for virtual reality, to see that video, you did not wear the glass, right? That is the headset you did not wear. If you had that headset, then that would have taken you to that particular environment as such. So there is 100% digital content. We can just work with VR, and to run AR applications, you need smartphone or the tablet or the smart glasses. Someone is telling that it is the headset which I showed you was AR device. It is not the AR device, it is only the VR device. So for VR to work with, you need, or to understand or to realize that VR, you need to have the Sony VR or the Oculus headset, and it creates a full immersion of that particular for the user, and so that's the reason it is always used in the gaming industry, and it makes the user to feel that he is into the game. And I told you there is another terminology called as mixed reality. Mixed reality, it is purely an extension of AR. So you'll be having partial real world content and the partial digital content there, and it is an extension of AR. The very beautiful difference that we can understand with AR and the MR is in MR you can just go with accessing, or you can just move the digital content by having some hand gestures. So see here, with these handsets, the user is able to interact with the digital content with the hand gestures. So they make use of some handsets, not only the headset, they make use of the handsets also in MR. And with the handset, what they do is they just try to move the digital content that they see, and they try to move that with the hand gestures. So that is what is the MR is all about. And there you have some really advanced pieces of hardware are made use of, and which has some additional sensors also. So with that sensors, the sensors are able to identify that there is an object, the digital object is there, and that digital object has to be moved to the left side or to the right side based upon the hand gestures. It is being moved to the left or right side. So that is what is MR. Hopefully you understood this MR or the mixed reality. It is having a mixture of the real world and the digital content, but it is an advancement of the augmented reality. So now there is another example where VR could be applied. When you are sitting in the office and when you have a very big screen in which you are trying to sort out some problem that you have in the office, and suddenly you are fed up. So in that case, what you can do is we can have some virtual reality app which turns your office into a virtual paradise, vacation paradise, and you could see in the in the left and the right side, there are people interacting in the office, and very big screens through which some interactions are happening. But in the middle, you have been now projected with the virtual reality app, and you could just try to be in that place and see what are all around, and you can have some moments of where the den is, and where how many lions or the tigers are there, and you can even see the rocks, and whatever water source is there nearby. You can just see all those around, and we can just enjoy some few minutes. And this may be one of the location where you are planning to visit in the near future. You can just see that, and then come back to the come back to your office work, and you can just work on that hectic part. So that is the virtual reality app. So it just takes us to the takes us that particular environment, whatever being projected, and that you have to make use of the headsets to be seen. Could anyone tell what is this, or what is being shown in this? You can even give in the chat box. Here, it is a real world object. That is a floor with some mat is there available, and some wall hangings are there. This is the room of a house, and we are planning to buy some chair for that particular room, and it could be a red chair or a blue chair. We are trying to find out what chair is very much suitable for this. So what is the application, or what is the technology that we are planning in which this is being done? Do you think that the real chair is being bought and kept here? Yes, yes, sir. Someone is answering. Augmented reality. I have got some few answers. It is augmented reality. Yes, yes. AR, you are all correct, sir. So it is the AR in the commercial side. Thank you. Very correct answers. So you have the ARs being shown in the ARs that are being shown in the commercial site with different chairs. We will be able to understand that. Could anyone tell what is this AR or VR? Are you giving the answers in the chat? I'm not getting any answers. No, no answers in the chat. Are you able to guess this? What it is into the? Are you able to guess this? You can tell any answers, whatever you want. Any one you will be telling, either AR or VR. What is this? Teachers, please tell something. Mixed reality in போட்டிருக்காங்க. Okay. And
VR, ma'am. VR.
VR. Okay. So why do you tell it is VR? Why do you tell whoever wants to just interact, you can interact? Why do you tell this is VR? I told that in VR, you'll be taken to the 100% digital content, and you will be into that digital world. And in VR, it will be very much difficult for you to understand to which particular object you are talking, either to the digital object you are talking, or to the real world object you are talking. So when you wear the headsets, and when you try to be in that digital world, and someone is calling nearby, in the real world, someone is calling nearby to you, calling your name, you'll be just answering, and you'll be thinking that someone in the digital world that you are viewing through the headset is calling you. So that is the power of VR, and it takes you into that world. Okay, but here what is being available is these people are able to interact among themselves. The background is visible, and the real along with all the real world object, there is some projection that is there available. So this is augmented reality that is being shown. Okay, and in this, how that augmented reality is being projected, I told you that the augmented reality could be projected through the smartphones, tablets, and all other stuff. So there, this is the background. There is a glass that is there available. So these are all the smart glasses through which the projection is being done there, and the dinosaur is there available. So these people around here, they are able to talk among themselves and also with the augmented object. So that is the power of the augmented reality. Hopefully you all understood. I'll now go with another set of examples. So what is this? Can anyone tell what is this first part? Either it is VR or AR. Could you tell? Madam, if you show the video, it would be clear. It would be clear to differentiate. Why? What video do you want to show, ma'am? Mandar.
Ma'am, your
Yeah.
PPT is still in slide 12, ma'am.
Slide 12.
Yeah, ma'am.
I have moved to slide 13 actually.
Ma'am, we are viewing only slide 12, ma'am.
Okay, you are viewing only AR or VR and the dinosaur
A
picture. You are
dinosaur
viewing.
picture.
Okay, so I have now moved to slide 13 with four small images that are there kept. Is it viewable, ma'am?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, I will now present once again. Maybe because of poor network, I guess we have this problem. Are you now able to see, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
13th screen? 13th screen you are able to see, right?
We are seeing your Windows Explorer, ma'am.
Oh,
I couldn't see your slide.
okay. Sorry for all these troubles in between. Are you now able to see, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Still, showing us Windows Explorer only. We are not seeing your PPT.
Mm. Now, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am. We are seeing your PPT.
Okay, thank you. You are in the 13th slide, right?
Yeah, ma'am. 13th slide.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And here you have this is an example where the person is taken to the virtual world entirely. And here this is an example for the augmented reality. And this is another example where the person has started coloring, and that color object is getting projected here, and it is also available. See, on the top of the coloring book is there available, and on the top of that coloring book, the colored object is also being projected with the exact coloring location, however it is being done. So this is the coloring book that is there available with the augmented reality being embedded with that. And here there is another example where you have the texture also being very well realized in this coloring book. So it could be either painted with the water paint, or it could be painted with the oil pastel. So how smooth the texture is. So that is also even very clearly visible. It is very clearly visible in the augmented reality based coloring book with the texture of the image. So these are all the examples where augmented reality is being made use of. And this is an example with the virtual reality. The person is taken to the virtual world where he seems to think that there is a butterfly very much nearby. So do not think that there is a hand gesture the person is doing, and this is mixed reality. in the mixed reality, we'll be having the hand devices also, with which we just try to simulate the digital object. So here there is the hand devices are not shown here. He tries to catch the butterfly, that's all. So he is taken to into the world where he is trying to catch the butterfly. So this is virtual reality. Next example, are you now in the 14th slide, madam? I have moved to the 14th slide. Sir, are you in the 14th slide, sir?
Ma'am,
Hello?
ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So virtual learning, what happens is we are not we will not be able to always go to any lab in person. Mainly in the COVID situation, we are not able to move around to any of the labs. So what happens is we can go with the virtual setup, with which they will be able to take they will be taken to that particular lab itself, and in that lab they will be able to work around. So that's the beautiful part of virtual learning. And in that case, the person himself, he is now taken to a new space where there is a moon or so nearby, and it's taking the person to the new environment. Here the person is taken to the lab, here the person is taken to the new environment. And the next part is, if there could be some situations where there are some heavy risk in working with the hazardous waste that we always try to sort out and try to make use of that. So if you want to make use of the hazardous waste, you will not be able to do every experiment with the hazardous waste in person. Rather, we can go with some virtual way of understanding what are all different hazardous waste that are available there, and how to sort out how we can just embed the augmented reality on the top of it, and we can just try to collect all the hazardous waste alone from the other ways. So how it could be done? Rather, we can just work with that hazardous waste with augmented reality or the virtual reality world. So that is the power of the learning through virtual or augmented reality. And also we can just try to teach a person who is not at all good in a particular programming language through the virtual medium. So you will be projected with, if you are planning to show an apple, and if you are planning to teach the Hindi word for the apple, then it could be very well done with the virtual world. And the virtual learning, it binds both the person who knows a particular language and who do not know altogether. So that's the power of the virtual learning. And the next part that we are planning to see is the augmented reality. It is an experience that blends the physical and the digital environment. So it is blending both the digital and the physical environment. As I showed you, this is the Pokemon Go, which is being placed on the top of the already existing real world. So that is the Pokemon Go is now available on the top. Are you able to see this animation part? Pokemon Go. It is playing on the top of the greenery. Yes, madam. Are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So it is a single immersive sense that it gives us. And not only this, augmented reality could also be the next slide I have moved to. It is in the 16th slide now. If you are not able to see, just let me know. And it takes you to the world where there is no physical scale with which you are going to measure. It is all about the Apple's measuring tape that comes along with the smartphone, and it is the robust AR tracking with which, see, if I project, we will be able to understand. See here, when the person moves the mobile phone, the tracking part is moving around, and the image is getting tracked with the exact length of the keyboard. So that is the way in which the AR is all working. So it augments another digital object, and it is able to give us a feeling that this particular object is in the real world, and it is seamlessly coming in a way that we think that it is a real world object. It is a real scale that is there available. Okay, I am going to the next slide, 17th slide. So hopefully now you understood the difference between AR and the VR, where AR is the mix of the real and the virtual world, and VR, it creates the entire world. So see here, you have this person being dived inside the ocean also, and there are few objects that are there available. These two are the augmented objects that are there available with the already existing objects. So that's a difference. And here they wear the headsets, and in this case they make use of the smartphones, and it surrounds you in a digital world with simulated people and objects. So that is virtual reality. So it takes you to the simulation environment. So this is the part that we have to understand how to implement this augmented reality, or the hierarchy in which the augmented reality and the machine learning are combined together. So see here, in augmented reality, this is the hierarchy of AR technologies where we need to understand from the core to the edge. So in the core you have AR kit, AR core, and the MRTK. MRTK is the mixed reality toolkit, and AR kit is the augmented reality kit, and augmented reality core. So these are all in the core part. These are all the different frameworks in the core part, and on the top of that you have AR foundation, in which you have some softwares with which you will be able to work on, and on the top of this AR foundation, so you build some AR foundation, and on the top of that you apply machine learning techniques with which a very beautiful AR application comes there. So ML models are being applied on the top of the AR foundation, that is the AR softwares, and you get a beautiful AR application thereby at the edge. So this is the edge is the place where the people interact, or the people make use of the application that you develop. So we can go to the next slide and we'll be able to understand. I'm in the 19th slide. If you are not able to come along with me, please let me know. Are you able to be along with me, teachers? Yes, thank you, ma'am. The advantage of ML on the top of AR core. I showed you that this is the hierarchy of AR technologies I showed you. So what is the advantage of applying ML on the top of AR core or the AR foundation? So that is what is being shown in this. At its core, you have AR is driven by the advanced computer vision algorithms, and ML systems on the top of the AR core. What it does is a range of possible use cases could be expanded very greatly. We will be seeing this. You can just see this example. You will be able to understand this. So there is an object that is there available, and when you keep the smartphone, which is having the AR app, what it does, it brings the objects. So it projects the objects in a way that it is. So it projects the object in a way that it is a real world object, or it augments the real object with some additional digital object along with it. So real world object is only the house or so, and the digital object that is being superimposed on the top of that is the image or the video of some few kids coming out of that. So that is the augmented reality digital object that we have superimposed on the top of the real world. So that is the place where the ML is being made use of. From which particular location the kids should be coming out, that has to be realized, and that realization comes with the machine learning systems. Machine learning systems, when we apply on the top of them, then it it is much more fruitful. And are you now viewing my slide? AR apps as a set of technological layers.
Yeah,
I
yes,
have
ma'am.
come to the 20th slide. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yes, yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. At the core, you have AR frameworks like ARKit and the AR core are available. And at the bottom, we saw the frameworks like ARKit and the AR core. So what they do, they implement the computer vision algorithms to do the tracking and the mapping part. So they track a particular object, they do some mapping for the particular object. So if you want to superimpose something, some tracking of that particular image should be done. So that is being done with some computer vision algorithms, which is there going to be implemented on the top of ARKit. And if you use 3D, Unity 3D, so Unity 3D, it comes with some unified APIs where it works with AR Foundation, and it is even able to span across different AR frameworks that are there at the bottom. So different frameworks like ARKit, AR Core, and MRTK are all available. So on the top of everything, it is able to work on. So Unity 3D is the software which has some unified APIs which works on the top of all these. And at the edge, you have the code and assets that are available, which will be used by your specific application, and people can interact with that code and application. And how to combine AR and AI models? First, what you have to do is you have to take the image or the audio from a scene that is being projected for us, and you run the data through a model, and you use that model output to trigger the effects within the scene. So you need to apply some, you run the data through a particular model. Some models like the machine learning, there are different machine learning models that you could develop, and you can apply any model according to the data that you have collected. If it is the supervised data that you have collected, labeled data that you have collected, you can apply some set of algorithms. If you have developed some unsupervised data or the unlabeled data, if you have got from the image or the video that you have, then in that case you have to apply a different model. According to the data set that you have, you apply the model and you can trigger some effects on the top of that. So what are the effects that you can trigger? You can trigger some effects like image tracking, pose estimation, and people occlusion. So I will now tell you what is meant by image tracking, pose estimation. I have come to the image tracking slide. I will just go with the presentation mode. So now see this. Are you able to see this, teachers? So did you all see that video, teachers?
No, ma'am.
You did not see?
Yes, ma'am. Audio only we can able to hear.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I will be sharing you that video, and I think because of the network delay, you are not able to see that video, I guess. The video that was shown there was the there was a tray, and that tray was captured by the camera, and that camera from the image that was captured by on the top of the camera, what was superimposed was a particular glass. So there are different types of glasses which could be superimposed on the tray, and it could be whichever that is cup which is suitable for that particular tray could be chosen. So there could be a porcelain cup, there could be a glass cup, and any other cup which will be suitable for the tray could be chosen. And for all those, what we do is we need to first track the image. So where that particular tray is, that should be tracked by our software. So in the mobile, we are capturing the tray image, and that tray image has to be tracked properly. The outline of the outside boundary of the image has to be tracked properly. And on the top of that, you need to superimpose a cup, a red color cup or white color cup or a glass porcelain cup or any cups. You have to just fix and see whichever will be suitable for that particular tray also. So that could be done very well by the image tracking algorithms. It could be done. So only with the image tracking you will be able to see the edges of the image, and on the top of that you can superimpose something. So that's the reason we go with that. We go with that image tracking being included for applying the ML. Okay, and so we have applied image processing, which is the computer vision, and also which is also having some artificial intelligence in that, because it is able to track everything, all the edges, and it is able to adjust the image with the size of the phone that you have. And on the top of that, it is able to superimpose a cup that is not at all physically available there. Okay, so all these are very well possible by applying the ML, computer vision, and the AR part all together. So that is the beautiful example that I could tell. You can just see that video a little bit later after this session. The next one is the post estimation. Hopefully you are now seeing the 23rd slide, post estimation, where if an image of a particular person is being captured, there the image of the person is not very much important. The technology, what it does is it captures the position in which the particular person is now visible there. So it captures in which position he is available. Either he is in the how he has kept his elbow, how he has kept his legs, and all these things are to be captured, and it has to be projected. Maybe it will be suitable for some detective persons, how the particular thief was trying to get inside the house, and how some malfunctioning has happened in that particular house, or so. All these things could be detected with the help of the post estimation applications. And people occlusion is a very, very beautiful example. Always when we do some projection, we always used to teach with some projectors, right? So in that case, what happens when we stand in front of the projector, whatever is getting projected through the projector object, it falls on us. So that is how we always have realized, and we used to move from that particular location so that the projected image is not going to fall on us. So that we have always realized when we are in the teaching. Now I have gone to the 24th slide. Hopefully you are also along with me. And in the top of the slide, are you able to see slide, sir? Are you able to see this slide, teachers? 24th slide. Okay. So in the top, the same image is being given twice. And in the top, see here, there is a person here. You can see my mouse pointer, I guess. There is a person here standing in the right side, and to the left side are all the projected image. Okay, and he is standing in the right side, so that the image is not falling on the top of him. So here you could see. In the bottom, you could see him. Okay, I'll see project this way. So in the bottom, the person is standing in front. Okay, in front of the projected image, but then the projected image has gone at the back. So he is able to hide the projected image. So what do you understand from this? It clearly states that. What could we understand from this is this projected image acts like a real world image. It acts like a real world image, but then it is a projected image. It acts as a real world 3D image or a real world object that is very much near at the back of him. But it is not the real world image. He is able to now hide the projected image. the projection happens in front and the person is trying to capture the poster image, and on the top this is a beautiful part that is being introduced by AR core 1.2. So we saw in that technology stack where the AR core is at the bottom, and with the AR core 1.2 this is being taken, this is being done, where from the mobile, if you're able to capture that poster, it comes as a 3D object. So that's a beautiful poster design that could be done with AR. And AR kit and AR core, these things we saw at the bottommost and bottommost of that particular technology stack. And you can make use of Swift software for iOS based AR application that is going to be developed, and you can make use of 3D Unity 3D software for Android based application that you are going to make use of. And Swift software goes with AR kit, AR software development kit could make use of Swift software for iOS based application, and AR core could make use of the Unity 3D to develop the Android based applications. So these things, it combines the device sensors to build the 3D world very beautifully, as we saw in the augmented images slide in the previous, that is the previous slide. So it even gives much more realistic outputs, like people occlusion is very much amazing output that we get from the AR part. Okay, and the next one is the core ML and the TensorFlow Lite. So we have applied ML. Many people, you would have worked in ML there, ML in your place. So what you would have done, you would have applied machine learning algorithms in your laptop or your desktop or any other CPU, GPU you would have made use of. But if you want to apply ML in your mobile device, that may be heavy, right? So to apply that ML in the mobile device, you have to make use of TensorFlow. So I showed you a image where the poster is being captured and it comes as a 3D object. So when it is going to be shown as a 3D object, there you have to make use of ML, and you need to you need to project it in a way, and there how the ML is going to be made use of is, it just captures that image and it projects that in a 3D or as a 3D object. It has to adjust all the size, and the machine has to learn how to do all those things. So that is how the ML is made use of. And also imagining that there is a very distant car that is there coming, and you want to capture that car image in the phone, and you want to recognize the make and the model of the car as such, but you want to capture that car image from a very distant place, and you want to know what is the make and the model of the car. So that could be very easily done with the mobile. So if you want to do that with the mobile, then the mobile based ML should be done. And also augmented reality is very much needed, because the training has to be done for the ML part with the objects, augmented objects that we have. So for that, instead of making use of TensorFlow, we can make use of TensorFlow Lite, which is very much suitable for the mobile device. And this is a quiz that I could show you. So a person is very much screaming in a very happy mode that he has won something, and this could be projected with the mobile device. And when it is getting projected, it shows you the person, real person in the mobile with some screaming sound being heard. So this is a beautiful example of augmented reality, and this is an example. The second part, this is an example where the Robert Downey is being shown. He is being projected in a magazine front page, and when you just when you just project this scanning part, he comes into alive. So today it is poet Bharatiya's birthday, and you can just have some Bharatiya's image being seen somewhere, and along with the already existing background part, the person also could come alive. If there is an augmented reality app that you have, the person also could come alive, and whatever code or whatever video that you have already made use of to make him alive, or to show him alive, that video gets presented here. Okay, so this person is doing some noise with this, and that is getting projected, and that is a beautiful example of augmented reality. And MR stands for mixed reality. As I'm getting late, I'm just trying to rush up. And next, sir, could I proceed, sir, or what should I do, sir? Google, sir.
We will wind up the session by 11:15.
11:15.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can take
so when is the
1 hour or
next
5 minutes.
session, sir? When is the
Actually,
next session?
next session 11:15, ma'am.
Okay, okay,
No
sir.
problem, ma'am. I'll start at 11:30. You can wind up to within a 5 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes thanga, sir, because I need to at least rush up few things and tell, sir. So
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
next
Okay.
part, okay. Next part is the very beautiful example where the OCR, see, when we always have a digital meter that is there available in our house, a person comes and he takes the readings and goes. So instead of that, there could be some augmented object recognition thing that is there happening, and see, the object is getting recognized, the entire mission is getting recognized, and the barcode of that particular image is being taken into consideration, with which it shows whose meter is that, and then it recognizes the text in that, and it identifies how much of units he has made use of. So this is an app that is being applied with AR, and this is being developed by Italy's main energy provider. He is Italy's main energy provider, Edison. He has already developed this. And if you have a search engine where it projects, if you just search for a shark or animal, if you just search for a shark animal, and if it gives only the description, then that is a very regular one. Rather, if it shows a 3D object for the shark, then how much beautiful and how much blessed you will be to see that shark. So that's also an AR based application that you could understand. And instead of typing the banana, you can even there are some apps which will be able to help us to understand that. You can just take the photo of the real world object, and this could be applied for the search engine, and similar such bananas are being coming as a search output. So this is also another example where instead of you typing everything from the real world, you copy and paste, and you go for the search engine and you get the output. So these are all the beautiful examples of AR. And also, there was another example that was said here, which is the OCR. With the OCR technology, whatever handwritten notes that you have, that could be digitalized as such. So you have 10 pages of handwritten notes, and with the Google Lens, every handwritten note could be captured, and it could be just projected as it could be projected with some beautiful handwriting also, and or the digital object, digital text, it could be projected. So I have that example also. See here. So this is also a part of technology that is being made use of. So all these handwritten notes. Are you able to see this video? No.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so Google Lens demo on it is there available. You can just go through the Google Lens demo in the net, and I'll just quickly go to the AR. So combining ML, AR, and VR all together, if there is a situation where you are planning to buy buy a toy from the online mode, in that case, you just scan that online projected toy image, and it shows you all the descriptions about the toy, and it shows you a very similar toy that is there available with low cost also. All those descriptions are very well available. and it gives you a feeling to touch and see how the toy, how soft the toy will be, and all other stuffs. So with AR, VR, you'll be able to work with all these, and the ML also is getting made use of here, because there could be some chat bot with which you will be able to chat and get to understand what are all the other different toys of the similar make and made that are there available, and you'll be able to finally go with go with the decision of whether to buy the toy or to drop the idea of buying the toy, because the toy may be a very costlier one. So all these are the combinations of ML, AR, and VR combined together being applied. And a framework which helps you to go with the understanding or the creation of AI, ML, VR, and AR is this, where you have the documentation which is to be done for all the applications that you develop. The documentation could be very well, beautifully, and fasterly done with AR, and on the top of that, the training could be done, and also not only the training for multiple people, which could be done with AR and VR. You can also go with some operations like the chatbot that I showed you now. So there could be some chatbot which will help you to interact with you and go and decide for further. So that is what is the operations part, and on the top of that, some analysis could be done. Some corrective maintenance and predictive maintenance, all the tools will be making use of the AI, ML, and VR all together. So corrective maintenance, in the sense, there are some applications where you need some, for example, if there is any mechanic who needs to come to your house to go with the washing machine being corrected, which is malfunctioning, in that case, the person has to come in person. Rather, if there is an AR app which helps you to combine your effort and the mechanic's effort all together, because if the person could just project whatever is there inside inside your washing machine, and with that, the mechanic on the other end, he'll be able to tell this is how the correction has to be done, and you can do that in a few minutes of time, and you can rectify the error without getting delayed. So that is the power of corrective and the preventive maintenance that you can do with the help of AR and VR. And documentation, without doing experimentation, you cannot do the documentation. To experiment, we can go with AR being used. Without going to the lab also, you can go with the documentation part, you being taken to a virtual lab, and you will be able to work on. So if you want to give training to the employees, you can give the training with multiple resources that are there available. But then if they are taken to some very costlier machine, and if they are asked to switch on and off multiple times, then the machine may get malfunctioning at some point. So instead of that, you can go with some training of those employees with AR and the VR technology, and they can very well learn everything in a much more faster and quicker way. This is much more 50% much greater, if it has greater efficiency than anything else. And VR, it could be used for the building design too. For example, instead of building a multi-storied building, if after constructing, if there is any fault that has been identified, then it is a mere waste, and you will be taken back, and all your efforts are waste there. So instead, there could be an app. There is an app which will transform your 2D 2D diagram that you have drawn in the paper to 3D virtual reality part, where the edges, corners, and how the building staircase is, how much depth the staircase is, and how length the hall, and every small design errors whichever is there in the diagram could be very easily rectified with the virtual reality image that you could realize, and you could be taken to that particular app, and through that app you will be able to rectify everything. So that is a very great powerful thing of virtual reality. And the virtual reality also takes us to a silicon wafer. You can even go with X-ray diffraction data of a silicon wafer visualized in a 3D mode. So, for example, there will be many teachers here from the ECE background. So, if you want to have the X-ray diffraction being shown in the silicon wafer on the top of the silicon wafer, that could be very well done with the VR part, and you'll be able to understand much more better. And man in 1969 he landed in the moon, but now what happened is man in the 2018 he has landed to the nanotechnology, where and if there is a cross section of the hair that we always have the droppings of the hair that we have, right? So if there is a cross section of the hair, and on in that cross section some millions of devices are being kept. So how what is the size of the nanotechnology that you will be able to understand now? So in the cross section of the hair, some millions of devices are being kept, and it could be projected. So that much very small devices also could be very well projected, and it could be understood, and that technology chips and all could be very well understood and studied with the help of this VR. And the VR takes us inside the brain. I think this video also is not going to play. I'll just tell you. The VR takes us inside the brain, and all the neurons and how the neurons are getting connected. All these things are very well understood with this VR technology. And if there is any tumor, if there is anything that is any problem that is there in the brain, it could be very well understood with the VR technology, and it could be easily rectified. So it is even applied in medical field very well. So inside the cells, so our cells are there, and there are many cells which mutates every day, and at some point someone will be told that you have cancer. So to overcome all those, there are some gene technologies, and the augmented reality based cell projections could happen, and you'll be able to taken to a world where the entire cell is very beautifully understood, and there is no mutations that are happening with this cell, and the entire person is not going to be having a risk of cancer. All these things could be very well said with AR technology or the VR part. And how to apply there are some open source that are there available. Utility, Unreal Engine, all these are for VR, and Euphoria is meant for AR. These are all the open source platforms. And as I told you, the mechanic on the other end will be able to help you to sort out the error. This is another example. And virtual assistants are also there. The virtual assistants will guide you to book a room in some book a room and a hotel, and also book some flight altogether. It could be done with the help of some virtual assistants that you have. So this video is also available. I will make this video available with Gokul sir. You can get it from him. And machine learning and everything being combined together in a small single sleek of mobile app is very well possible with all the as I told you the other example, you have some cars that are moving around, and those cars could be first, the car images could be first got, and it could be trained and read, and in later stage, if you want to capture a car image, and if you want to know what type and what make and model the car belongs to, it could be very well done with the help of AR and machine learning combined together with TensorFlow Lite. Because if you are going to make use of the mobile, you can make use of TensorFlow Lite for that. So the same thing is being said here. How the test, or how this is from the literature. I have taken this car detection, or the car make and the model identification part is taken from the literature, where they have taken some 40,000 different photos and they have worked on it. Okay. So these are all the examples that I could tell you for the machine learning, AR and VR being combined together, how it is going to help us. So apart from all these examples, So these things are the extension of that particular car being detected or predicted, what type of car that could be predicted. So that is what is being shown. So the apart from all these, I could show you an example. I told you the shark being shown in the 3D form. This is a shark being shown in the 3D form, um, I'll go with this example alone and I will complete. This is the part that we experimented in our college where instead of a person being given a chance to drive directly on the road with the real car and try to learn the car driving, rather than that, we can go with a wire car system that we developed where it is all about the virtual reality car that we developed. And with the utility software we were able to utility and the utility 3D software, we were able to have some hand gestures with which the how much of acceleration and how much where should we give the brake and where should we apply the brake. All these things were very well learned by the user. And to learn this, we need to have some additional 3D objects that are coming in front of us. There could be a tree that is being projected in between. There could be some new vehicles that are coming in front of us, and how the person moves and overcomes the accident. So all these things will make us will make him or train him for the real world car driving. So basics of the driving was first understood by the user, and then he was given the virtual environment in which he learned the car driving with the virtual environment, and then he was taken to the real world car driving part. And even then, if he was not very much confident enough, then then the feedback from that was very much helpful for us to refine that. And then we went on with the next level of training, and we made the same person to now take the another learning with the wire car. And with that we went to the final and then at last he was able to drive in a much more better way. So that is the way we experimented this wire car e-learning process. And the very best challenging part is you need to have low latency while doing everything in the mobile app, because mobile app should be much more faster. And to do all those, you need to work with Euphoria and Anyline, or some few examples that are already existing. Anyline, we saw the meter box, digital meter box, which was working with AR. So that was Anyline. And Euphoria was another product with which had very low latency, with which they were able to give the outputs in a much more faster way, with ML being applied along with VR. Okay, so this is another model that we are planning, and this is a proposed model. This we haven't still implemented, where the patient need not go to every doctor. Rather, the 3D image of the patient with if there is some skin infection, the same such effect will be there with the patient's 3D image on the other end. And the doctor could recognize what type of skin infection he has, and it could be rectified with the doctor's prescription. So that was the idea of this, and we haven't still implemented. We are in the process of implementation. So with this, I'm planning to wind up the session, where the future of VR will be something like instead of we always having some monotonous way of doing some exercise at home with some cycle being available statically, there could be some virtual reality based cycle, where all the sites being taking us to a countryside view, where some beautiful sceneries are there available always around us, and we will be very much interested in going with that cycle ride. So that's the future of VR that I could tell. Thank you, sir. I have completed.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sorry, sir, I have taken some additional time because we had some delay in the beginning, I guess. So that's the reason I couldn't
Okay, no
complete
problem.
my session.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I rushed up, and if I am not very much clear, you can always ping me in my mail ID. Teachers, I thank you all for the patience that you showed towards all the hitches that we had in between of not having the presentation in a much more effective way that you would have expected. Thank you,
Thank you,
teachers.
ma'am. Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am, for interactive session on AR and VR applications, which
Yes.
could be useful for real time, and it was very fruitful and valuable input for the faculties. Once again, we thank you for sharing your treasure knowledge, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Uh, if there is any feedback that I could get from the teachers, then it will be helpful. Is there anyone who wants to tell something? Sir, could you just share me the feedback that they give for my session, sir?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I'll share the feedback.
Because I just want to analyze how it was reflected in others' minds. So that's the reason I am asking you.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Definitely,
Sure.
definitely, I'll share the feedback.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
okay, ma'am.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you all for listening. And thank you, sir, for the opportunity that you gave me. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So
Thank you,
shall
ma'am.
I leave the meeting, sir? Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Someone is asking something. Is there anything that I have to answer? Is there anything that I have to answer, or should I? Can I leave, teachers?